Hey guys, good morning, everybody. Today's Thursday, June 8th. It is 6:21 right now. Market's going to open in about 9 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and set up this room real quick and we'll get started shortly with our analysis for today. Got a couple of things here to update. And we should be good to go. Looks good. All right, perfect. Let me get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. It's good. All right, I'll get a few moments for people to make their way in. All right, looks good. All right, guys, morning, everybody. Today's Thursday, June 8th. It is 6:23 right now. Market's going to open in about 7 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and start marking up. Or let me check the news real quick. I think there was news pre-market. Looks like there was news over here. Unemployment claims was negative at 5:30. So I'm going to go and mark that up real quick. We had unemployment claims right here at 5:30. We got final wholesale inventories at 7 o'clock. Natural gas card at 7:30. So 7 and 7:30, we have news coming up. I'm gonna mark that up too. News right here at 7. And then news right here at 7:30. Let me check my FX book real quick. News at 7. News at 7:30, and that's about it. All right, so we got the news marked up right there. Go ahead and start marking up liquidity before market opens. So start off with the daily time frame over here. All right, got this right here. There goes a daily. I'm not going to go super far out, guys. There's no point in me going super far out because price is never going to get to those points. I'm just going to mark up what's close by because we keep marking it up, but it's like irrelevant because price will never get that far in one day. So on the shorter time frames, I'll be a little more open to marking them up, but on the other time frames, not so much. All right, so I think that's it for that right there for our. Yeah, because as price gets tighter and tighter, volatility is not even that high, so I highly doubt price will even get to a lot of these points. So I'm just going to stick to where I expect price to go for the day, because there's really no point in like marking up so many liquidity that's never going to get hit. It makes sense, but then it doesn't. It makes sense if you're like really looking that far out, but realistically, it just doesn't make sense. That's our liquidity right there. What level there? No. there's a lot of liquidity right there. Go back to the 1 hour, 2 hours right there. Yeah, I saw that Maddie mentioned liquidity earlier. A lot on the bottom side. I mean, there's liquidity on both sides, so we'll see. It looks like the volatility is still pretty low because it's a mess. Yeah, there's liquidity everywhere, but it's like it's not very clean. What I can see. Time frame here. Yeah, it looks like there's a lot of liquidity on the bottom side. So just something to look out for. Price starts to push around. Lastly, 10-minute over here. I'm not going to market that. Liquidity is too close. Yeah, there's a lot. So let me go on the 1 minute. I'll show you guys, but there is a ton of liquidity on both sides. All right, back to the 1 minute. As you guys can see, there's liquidity on both sides right here. Up top is 30-minute. Down bottom is 2 hour. Let's take a look at the overall bias right now. Long-term bias is looks like bullish neutral. Short-term bias is bearish neutral. So they're both opposite. Short-term is bearish neutral. Up is bullish neutral. So I mean, price can really go either direction. I mean, we'll see what happens here. Market is opening in about 30 seconds, guys. So I'll see who's in the chat shortly. Let's see where this ends up going in the next, 20 seconds or so. I'm probably only going to go for 100 pips again, guys. The 300 pip move is just way too far out. So if I do go for any of these, I'm probably just going to go for 100 pips because the 300 put push is just way too far out. All right, guys. Market is open 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Market is now open. That's where this ends up going. There goes the opening bell. I mean, liquidity could really get hit in either direction. As you guys can see, if this liquidity right here gets hit, it might be a little risky, guys, because price is a bit overextended. As you guys can see, I'm gonna have to wait for it to pull back a little bit before I hop in. So I'm not gonna enter right away. I'm gonna wait for it to pull back. Like it's pulling back right there. Let me see if I can get in for a little bit. I'm just gonna go for like 100 pips. As I mentioned, it's waiting for it to pull back right there because you can see that it's a bit overextended right here. Very overextended, actually. So I didn't get in yet, waiting for it to pull back and then go back up. So whenever price is overextended like this, guys, it's always key to just wait for the retracement and correction back up, because when price is pushing up like this, it's likely to retrace back, right? We've been seeing this pattern all week. So, I mean, if you guys went right away, you probably hit your TP already. But now I'm just waiting for it to go back up, if it goes back up. The 30-minute liquidity right there. Nice, looks like Satyam there pulled it out. Satyam got the quick 100 pips right there. Let's see what else we got over here. Okay, price is coming back down. So price doesn't come back up, I'm just not going to hop into it. But this is the same pattern that's been playing out. I mean, like literally every day this whole week. A lot of fake outs, then retracements and continuation. So if you guys got in there, it looks like you already get your GP. Looks like Sutton caught it. A couple people caught it. I didn't get into it because I already warned you guys when price is pushing up, it was overextended. I was going to wait for it to push up, pull back, and then retest it, but it never retested. So I never got into the position. Just waiting for this here, see where it goes. So let's see if it goes back up. I mean, at this point, I'm probably not going to hop into it, guys. It's too late to hop back into it. I'll probably wait for the next liquidity up here to get hit. You can see right there, it's pushing back up. I'm not going to hop into it. I'm just going to wait. I'll wait for the next level. So the market's been doing this pretty much every day this week. As you guys have seen, I've been giving you guys a warning about waiting for it. It's just a messy market. There's not too much news this week. So like the market's kind of been going back and forth. Today, there's unemployment claims. It was negative. So you can see that's why the fake out happened right here. Price initially got manipulated to the upside. And then here you can see it's coming right back down. So this week is really like testing everyone's ability to be patient and disciplined and just listening to analysis. Because you can get in right away, get your TP, or you can get in and just wait. Or not get in and just wait, kind of like what I did here. So if I got in right away, I probably would have got my TP, but it's all good. I'd rather be out of it and waiting rather than either being stuck in it or getting stopped out. So our up twos here so far. Morning CJ, morning Dan, morning Hussein, morning Funme, morning Ben Hartwig, morning Kenny, morning Maria, morning Dan, morning Vince, morning Rick, morning Rashida, morning Stern. Morning, Ruin. Morning. Looks like Maddie got kicked out of that trade, and Maria too. Morning, C. Morning, Shannon. Morning, everybody. So it looks like some people caught it, some people didn't. I didn't get into it, so I'm just gonna wait for it to come back up. Tempted to hop back in right here, but I'm not going to. I mean, price has been moving kind of crazy right here, so I'm gonna be waiting for it to be swinging to probably the next level above. So there we go, right there. I'll follow it. I'm not going to take it. It's a little overextended again. Yeah, see, I should have fucking taken it. It's all good. So guys, see the same pattern here played out. I've been mentioning this like every day. This is basically, fucking, I missed the other one too. It's okay. I missed the other one. The retest right here, this is the same pattern that's been playing out pretty much Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then again today. And I missed this entry up here. I was too focused looking at this. I would have hit this one right here too. Yeah. It's all good. But yeah, you guys can see. So, you know, it's just a repeat process of like the same market every single day. Typically, if 1 week's moving similar to like, if it's just moving that way, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it's probably gonna move like that on Thursday. So this is why I've been kind of more patient waiting for these entries. I missed the entries here. So unfortunately, no profits for me today. With these trades, but it's okay. Sometimes I get distracted and I can't catch the move to the upside. I was going to explain this right here, but then when I was explaining it, price pushed way up there and it went right through it. Barack got back on the second retest. Kenneth took the second liquidity. Nice. Yeah, it's a major slippage in his favor. He took the trade too. Looks like a lot of you guys here caught that. So yeah, you guys can see the analysis played out perfect. You know, just like I mentioned just a little while ago, you know, patience is really key during this week because you're gonna get a lot of these fake outs. Fake out right here, pull back, shoot back up, and then it shoots exactly to where we were expecting it to go to. So nice Satyam over here. You got it again for 300 pips. So great work, guys. I have a flat account right now, but it's okay. It's gonna wait for the next entry to possibly come up. Let's take a look at fundamentals right now. Fundamentals are, I mean, they're kind of neutral right now. They're 42 points up. Sentiment right now is 56% short. So it'll lined up with my analysis. So I was looking for a buy today. Everything would have lined up because retail sentiment here is bullish, 56% short. Fundamentals here are bullish as well. And the technicals here on the higher time frames are also bullish. So my bullish analysis would have played out because I was looking for a buy here to begin with, and looking back at the bias over here, it's bullish anyway, so it would have fit my criteria. So if you guys caught it, great. If you guys didn't, it's okay. I didn't catch it, so unfortunately, no trades for me for the liquidity today. I just got caught slipping. I wasn't paying attention when price got to this level. I didn't think it was going to blast all the way up here that quickly. I was waiting for it to push through here, retrace back a little bit, and then keep pushing, but it just ended up blasting right through. So it's all good. On to the next one here. So we'll see where this ends up going from here. And V1 variation right there. It's not a V1 variation, but it is a V1 pattern. Bias is bullish right now, second, so there's no V1s right now for a sell. All right, so next up, I'm going to mark up opening price right here. There goes opening price. We got news over here at 7 o'clock, still a while away, but it is coming up. Here's a clean chart. I'm going to mark up opening price right here, or opening time actually. So as you guys can see, a lot of people have been asking about the liquidity push. It's a really fast move. Even I miss it sometimes. I have it marked up on the chart, but even I miss it sometimes. Like I missed it today, fortunately, but it's okay. You just got to really be dialed in and focused when looking for that entry there. Should have just left a pending order. Typically, I leave a pending order right there to catch the order as it comes back up, but this time I just didn't do it. I was just moving a little too quickly, didn't have time to set it up, and it's all good. Yeah, Kenneth said 2 solid trades. We'll probably call it a day. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. If that's the case, Kenneth, you can go ahead and call it a day if you like. Let me scroll up real quick. Let's see. William said, so you're marking up 7 and 7:30 on the chart because that's what I found is on the calendar. It's USD. Missed that until today. Yeah, exactly, William. So I'm marking up. The vertical lines are for news. So vertical lines are upcoming news. That's what I always mark up on the chart. So we got US news over here, US news over here, which is likely to affect US30. Let's see, Satim said, Sean, you get one liquidity and be done for the week. Your patience always pays out. Yeah, exactly. That is exactly what, it's really just patience and discipline, guys, because I'd rather have like a couple liquidity wins here and there than have any losses. So for today, I probably could have entered right away and I could have maybe gotten the full TP because I said I was only going for 100 pips, right? So this morning I said, if I'm going to go for this entry here, I'm only going to go for 100 pips. So if I took this trade here for only 100 pips, it would have hit my TP regardless. I made the decision to wait out a bit, but if you waited out for the retest over here, it still would have hit like, 300 pips if that became the case. But yeah, for the most part, I'm just being careful. It's just, this type of market, it's not the type of market that I like playing in. I typically like playing in a market that's not so jumpy. Like right here, it's super choppy. As you guys can see on the clean chart, it's super choppy. Price fakes out to the bottom, fakes out to the top, comes back down, and it keeps going back to opening price right here. If you guys remember from yesterday and the past couple of days, target price point for return is always going to be opening price right here. Price just always tends to go back to that point. And that's just pretty much how the market has been moving lately. So just, something to keep in mind. Whenever you just have to be aware of like the market conditions for the day, because the market's always going to change. It's never going to be the same. It's always going back and forth. There's always like sometimes where market's moving smooth, sometimes where market's moving sideways. Right now, it's very choppy. Big spike to the downside, big spike to the upside. There's a high level momentum scalp right here, guys. Happened very quickly. Yeah, not sure if anybody caught that. Yeah, Vince said he missed it. I missed it too. So these candles are just very erratic. You'll have a couple candles where the market's moving very slow, and then all of a sudden it comes up. Like I didn't even see a sell signal there. I have my alerts up, so my alert didn't even pop up. Usually it'll pop up right here in the middle. So I think this one just came up like very, very last minute. It was probably, and the reason why I identified it too was because I was looking for a V1 right here. I was looking for a V1 variation. and then it actually just came crashing down. The V1 never even played out. Gosh, yeah, Rick said at the first liquidity would have hit his TP the first time, but the slippage got him trapped in it, so he didn't hit his TP. Yeah, it happens sometimes, Rick. Sometimes you're going to get that where your execution's going to be a little late, and then you're not going to get in. I'm not sure which broker you're using or which funding company you're using, but typically FTMO usually gets it proper, but other ones will tend to be late. Like MFF, always late for some reason. All right, here we go. As price pushes back up. Let me scroll over here real quick. Oh, Rhythmic. Okay. Yeah. So Rick's using a futures broker. I haven't used Rhythmic before in the past, so I can't really say how. I think Rhythmic is just a platform, right? I don't know if it's an actual broker. But yeah, I'm not sure. It just depends. I've never used Rhythmic before, but I've heard of it. It's a futures broker. Yeah, Hussein said prices do hit 100 pips most of the time. I've noticed an entry without retest would have worked too. I've seen videos in the past as well. Yeah, 100 pips is usually like the it's usually like where it pushes at the very least. So if you're just taking trades right away, you're not even like really caring about whether it pushes that far. 100 pips will typically get hit. So yeah, you're 100% right, Hussein. That's why for me personally, if I'm not feeling too confident about a position, I'll typically only go for 100 pips. Like today, I didn't feel super confident because of the direction, but it would have hit even though I didn't take it. I should have just taken it, but it's all good. When you guys don't feel comfortable about a position, just don't take it. I think that's the biggest problem with a lot of people. They get this like FOMO revenge trade mindset where the trade already passed. Like for example, the liquidity push here passed already. And I see a lot of people who try to hop in after it's already passed. Like price went up and went straight to CP, and then someone tries to hop in later. And at that point, it's too late. You already missed the entire move. And then at that point, price comes right back down for reversal. And then it comes right back up and it goes right through. So, if you guys miss the trade or you guys don't feel comfortable or you feel scared, just don't take the trade. Wait for the next one. There's going to be more trades. And I feel like that's like the downfall for a lot of people, that they just can't control it. They get scared, they get nervous, and then they enter super late and the trade's already done. So just keep that in mind, guys. I'm always looking out for you guys, making sure that you guys lock in wins and not losses, of course. But I can't control like your guys' trade psychology. If you guys have a problem with like trade psychology, that's something that you guys got to figure out on your own. I can give you tips on getting better, but at the end of the day, you're the one that's in control of your account. I can't reach over and pull you out of the position. If you're in a bad position, you got to make the decision to pull out or not if you ever end up in that situation. All right, so we're looking for some high-low scalps here. Hopefully we get something here because I do want to lock in at least one trade for the day, but if we don't, I'm not going to risk it because we already know what happens when you start to like force trades like that. So yeah, we'll keep analyzing the charts. I'll write up the overall bias right now. But as you guys can see, so here's a clean chart. You can see it a lot better here. This is a clean chart, guys. There's no direction in price, right? This has been happening every day this week. Price will push up, come back down, push back up, come back down, and it just goes back and forth between this area right here. This is not a good market to be trading in. Because if you trade in a market like this, odds of you getting stopped out it's very easy to get stopped out in a market like this because price keeps going back and forth, right? So like you can take a buy or you can take a sell, even if you have a bias, and you can still get stopped out because price might just reverse on you. Like for example, right here, I could see a lot of people probably looking to chase the sell here. As soon as I see a V1 variation, price is probably going to swing all the way back up. And then when it swings back up, it's going to go back up to opening price right here. Yeah, Sisu said we've tested it over 1 million times every day for the past, several years. 100 pip is the gold standard minimum with good analysis and great entry. Yeah, exactly. That's why like all of our strategies have 100 pip TP, right? If the market is moving good, then we could have a bigger TP, but market has not been good for the past, couple of years now. It was very volatile during COVID, but after COVID, you have to make adjustments because this type of market is a scalping market and you got to be in and out of the markets very quickly. You can't be thinking too much. You can't have too much analysis. I mean, you can have good confluences, but you can't just analyze too much. If you analyze too much, you're going to miss the move. And by the time you miss the move, there goes the reversal, right? So what I would look for here, guys, is I'd probably look for a V1 variation and then look for it to push back up to open. That's going to be my target price point if price does correct. And that's kind of what I see happening here, right? Not necessarily looking for it as an actual entry, but that's just the analysis that I'm looking for. If I'm looking for some sort of speculation here, I would expect price to push back up to opening price. This is target price or price to return, if and when price does go back up. So yeah, I mean, we'll see where this ends up going, but that's basically where I expect it to push up to if it does push up. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to or it needs to, but that's where I expect it to push up to. Yeah, exactly. Hussein said, yes, 100 pips seems gold standard with US30. I've tried this TP with some other strategies too, and it works magic. Yeah, exactly. It all comes through testing, guys. It's, I've been trading with you guys live for so many years now that I pretty much, I document and I understand like how the market moves. So the market's moving slow like this or not super volatile, 100 pips is like the easy point. That's going to be enough to get you in and out, even with spread and with slippage. But you got to get in like at the right time. So just something to look out for and pay attention to. There's no reversal patterns down here. So I don't see any confluence for price to push up just yet. Let's see, Jerb said, I want to join today. Where's the place to start? Website. The website is kodikaitrades.com, Jerbs. So if you go on the website, kodikaitrades.com, click on unlock your free access right here. This will give you access to the course. This is what the course looks like. All the strategies that I've taught over the past 5 to 7 years are listed on this course. So there goes, price pushes back up. As I mentioned, target price point is likely to be the opening price right there. And we'll see if it pushes up. Yeah, target price point is typically going to be that blue line, which is New York open price. We'll see if it comes up and tests it. It's typically where it would go. And there we go. Went back up and test opening price. And we'll see if it corrects back up or if it comes back down. I don't know. We'll see. There we go. Blasted right through it. So guys, just a reminder, right? If you guys are looking, see, I already circled it on here like 30 minutes ago or 10 or 30 minutes ago. Like whenever price pushes away, this is going to be like target price area for it to retest. So again, if price pushes away, this has been doing this for the past 4 days now. Price pushes away. If it comes back, target price point. If price pushes down here and it comes back up, target price point, right? It makes no difference. It's just the same pattern pretty much every day now. All right, guys, I'm gonna step away real quick. I'm just gonna grab me some water and I will be back shortly. So just give me a few moments. I'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. All right, so let's take a look at everyone's profits who took trades today. So let's see, Kenny over here took the trade earlier, the buy liquidity, total profit of 560 for the day. Nice work, Kenny. It's a great work right there. Yeah, Kenny at 560 for the day. We got Kenny at 560. We got Shannon over here, total profit of 1,403 for the day. Nice work, Shannon. Great profit right there. Kenny over here, 560. We got Nathan. Nathan said 2 of the trades. He said 2 hits today. I hit 2 good ones today. Done for the day. Don't need to be greedy. Yeah, smart move, Nathan. So Nathan over here, 2 full TPs, total profit of 4,270 for the day. All wins. Nice work right there, Nathan. He took both of the liquidity pushes. First, he took the 100 pip, and then after he took the 300. Both are full TPs, total profit of 4,270. Nice work right there, guys. We got Barack over here. Say good day, Sean. Great to take the first liquidity entry. Thank you, bro. Total profit of 505 for the day. Nice work, Barack. So great profit right there from Barack. As you guys can see, a lot of people locked in profit off that liquidity. I didn't even take it myself, but a lot of people here did lock it in. Vincent over here, he got some slippage, still locked in profit, total profit of 365 for the day. Nice work, Vincent. Great profit right there. We got Maddie over here. He said lots of liquidity on the bottom side. Yeah, definitely. So Maddie here, unfortunately, said mistake early on, but it's all good. Out for the day. Still a profit on one of his accounts. So it's all good, Maddie. It happens. Arik is asking if you should set up an automatic CP stop loss. Yeah. Nice work right there, Patricia. And then Patricia's second account over here, total profit of 2,780. Nice wins right there, Patricia. Yeah, nice wins to the upside right there. We got Kenneth over here, first account, total profit of 1,850, all wins. And then we have Kenneth's second account, total profit of 2,020 for the day, all wins as well. Nice work, Kenneth. Looks like he took the liquidity push first push, and then the second one right after. And we got Gian over here, win for the day, full TP, total profit of 2,220. Nice win, Gian, full TP. So it looks like a lot of you guys here listen to my analysis. As long as you guys listen to my analysis and probably either waited or only went for 100 pips, looks like, you know, you would have hit. Gian hit, Maddie hit, or Maddie didn't hit actually. Unfortunately, Maddie got in. Looks like he got caught in the trade. S over here, he said he lost on the first push, and then he got back in on the second for 300 pips, total profit of 78 on his first account, second account total profit of 980. So, I mean, like, depends on like how you guys approach the trade. You know, some people took it for the full move, some people took it for 100. So if you took it for the full move, you would have, or if you took it for the 100, you would have hit. And then if you took it for the retest for the full move, you would have made even more, like 3 times the profit. So it's all good. Let's see, Rashida said she accidentally hit the first entry, pushed twice on accident for 2 losses. Have to slowly get back up so I can take my regular lot again. Damn. Yeah, I hear that happens, Rashida. That happens to me sometimes too. Luckily, when I do it, it works, but yeah, the double click is a problem for a lot of people. Trying to think if there's a solution for it, but I think it's just, you know, we just have sticky fingers sometimes, or we just click too fast and don't really think about it. But yeah, unfortunately, it's all right, Rashida. We got some time to bring that back up. Yeah, no, it's a setback sometimes if you do that, and it's a big loss. It's all good. At least you still have the account. That's probably that's the main thing. I see a lot of people who like they'll do that, but they'll take way too big of a lot size, and then they end up blowing their account on accident. So good thing that wasn't the case. Hussein said liquidity push strategy almost guarantees trade opportunity every day, unlike high-low momentum scalp. Yeah, exactly, Hussein. That's why for the most part, that's what I'm usually looking at. I'm usually looking at the liquidity initially, and then if I have that trade, then I'm kind of okay, because if I don't see anything throughout the day, then then I can just, sit tight. But if you take the liquidity and then you take the high level momentum scalps that come along the way, then the high level momentum scalps are just like extra profit basically. So I basically make my profit from the liquidity push, and then from there I make extra profit from the high level momentum scalps. Sometimes V1s if I see them come up, but this type of market, just not very much movement. As you can see over here, look where price keeps going back to, right? Opening price. So not really much direction here. It's kind of just going sideways. But this is just the market for the week. So just keep that in mind, guys. Not every week's going to be like this. For this week, there's not very many news events. There was a news event today, but it was just one news event, unemployment claims. Pretty much every other day here was no news. So that's why the market's been pretty flat. We're also going into the summer season, so expect the market to be a little slower, except for days when we have high impact news events. Yeah, Essa said he took it for 100, but still my TP flashed and went to the hill, went downhill. Yeah, no, that happens sometimes, Essa. Sometimes you get caught in the slippage or liquidity, or not liquidity. You get caught in slippage sometimes, where your broker won't close you out. And then you'll see a flicker to hit TP, but not hit. And then, obviously go opposite. Happens sometimes. Ark said yesterday's liquidity push, we waited until it went deep in the level. This time it was supposed to enter. We were supposed to enter when it hit. No. So I gave my analysis earlier, Rick. I said, well, there's two different opportunities that you could have taken. You could have taken it early, like right when it hit, and then you could have gone for 100 pips. That's how like people over here lock in profit. So like look at Nathan over here. He's like a good example. So you can see over here, Nathan took the first trade. He only went for 100 pips, right? That's why he made 1,000 right here. So for the first touch, if you wanted to enter right away, I said, if you want to enter this right away, go for 100 pips. Nathan entered it for 100 pips. He locked in $1,000. And then he waited for the retest for it to come back up, which is what I was waiting for. And then when that retest happened, he went for the full move at 300 pips. So it basically doubled up his profit. First one right here made 1,000. And then the second one right here made 3,000. So, I mean, either one would have worked. If you went in right away and you followed my analysis for 100 pips, you probably should have hit the 100 pips. Or if you waited for it, you would have hit the 300 pips. It just really depends on like, how you would have taken it. But either analysis worked out fine. Unless your broker kind of screwed you with the slippage or you entered late. That's where you might have been screwed. Some people got screwed on that because it would flicker on their TP, but then it wouldn't close out. Like Essa is an example of that here. Yeah, Essa lost the first trade, and then he went back in for the full move on the next one, and then he made about 1,000 profit. So yeah, Natasha over here said she's trying to make her way back up. Yeah, so she did the same thing here. Same thing happened to her. I'm not sure if Natasha got caught in the trade or if she just entered late or if she put the wider TP, but another example there. So I'm giving you guys opportunities when I'm giving my analysis here. It just depends on which you guys want to take. Yeah, it's all good, guys. If you guys have losses, it's fine. Your losses are bound to happen, but when you do take the trade, of course you want to expect to win. That's the key thing there. Yeah, Natasha said she entered late. The thing with Natasha is that she's trading on her phone, so it's expected. It's a little tough because I don't know, I can't trade on my phone. It's just crazy. But Natasha can do it sometimes, for the most part. I can't do it though. Trading on the phone is just, I know Natasha has no choice though, but she's good enough at it where she can make profits. So like her other trades were fine. It's just she's got to trade on her phone, so it's tough. So she's already at a handicap at that point. But yeah, going back to your question, Ark was asking if he should automatically set his TP stop loss. Yes, if you can do it with your broker. I know you're using a different broker right now. Do it. If you're using FTMO, they have a quick trade manager where you can automatically set it. So I think every broker has it. You just would have to use a depth of market, DOM. That's going to be the tool that you would want to use to automatically set your TP stop loss. Every broker has a DOM. It's just All right, so Maria said there's a higher high that's been established right here. The problem with this right here is that price is going sideways. So even if we got a high low momentum scalp, we probably wouldn't even have an entry here because price keeps breaking and closing past the pivots. So we do have a higher high right here, but you can see that the following candle right here already broke and closed below it, unfortunately. So right here, we would be looking for a high low momentum scalp to set up, but you can see this red candle right here. It already broke and closed past pivots 1 and 2. So unfortunately, no entry there. Price is just going sideways. It's the same thing that happened yesterday. We pretty much waited like the last 30 minutes, like the last hour of the market from 7 to 8. Price didn't do anything. It just went sideways the entire time. So just got to play by ear, see where this ends up going. Let's see. Yeah, Hussein said, yeah, the high low momentum scalps are not smooth nowadays. Yeah, it's because the market's not really moving. The high low momentum scalp is a directional strategy. So like the market has to be moving up or moving down in order for us to get those types of entries. But lately, the market is just going sideways. Let's see, Rashida said pending momentum scalp coming up. Right there for a buy, right? Candle's kind of big though, Rashida. You are right, though. That's a momentum scalp coming right here. So this is one of the strategies that we went over a while back. The only problem is that this candle is just way too big. I mean, it looks like it's going to hit, but it's too big of a candle. So I personally wouldn't take it. Some people would take it, though. It's just really up to preference. If you guys want to take the... Man, I got to fix this. I keep saying I'm going to fix this, and I never fixed it. Nice. Natasha here took it for full TP. Yeah, the candle was a little big, but it obviously went straight to full TP right there. I'm not sure if you caught it too, Rashida. There was also a triple confluence. So now that I see it, pass after a tap in, that's probably one that I might have taken because it is a triple confluence. It did break and close patch structure. It's a bullish bias. It's a momentum scalp. Looks like Sisu caught it, Natasha caught it, MJ caught it. I'm not sure if you caught it, Rashida. You're the one that identified it. I'm hoping you caught it to climb your way back up. Maddie caught it as well. Nice work, Maddie. Yeah, so this strategy right here, Rashida, she mentioned a momentum scalp. This was a momentum scalp. If I turn on the indicator for that, I'm pretty sure it's a gold bar. So Rashida she identified it. Yeah, it's a gold bar right there. So this right here would be a momentum scalp entry. Not only was it a momentum scalp, it was a triple confluence. So on top of that, this strategy like almost never loses. I haven't seen this strategy lose ever on the live. Overall bias is bullish for the most part. You can see over here, it's bullish on the short term, bullish on the high term. So bullish, 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 bullish. Reason why we know that's because price is above the pivots, 10 meters green, and the pivots are all angling up. So with that said, we have a bullish bias across the board right here with regard to technicals. Looking over here at the fundamentals, it's pretty neutral, but it's still somewhat bullish. It's at 24 points, so it's bullish neutral. And then lastly, over here, retail sentiment is currently bullish as well. It's currently 55% short. It's not very strong, but it is bullish. So with that said, we have an overall bullish bias. You can see there's a valid momentum signal right there. Trend meter is green. Price was above the pivots, and it broke and closed past the high-low structure right here. So yeah, it looks like a lot of people took it as a triple confluence, which I would have taken too, but I didn't really notice it until now. This price has been moving sideways for so long. All right, let me do this real quick. Let's go and put overall bias. Today's overall bias. Retail sentiment. My neck. Retail sentiment bullish, 55% short. 2 fundamentals. It's neutral right now. My numbers on this just confuses people if I put numbers. Short-term technical bias, bullish, long-term technical. Bullish as well. So this is our bias for today so far. At the moment, this is where it's at right now. Retail sentiment's bullish because it's 55% short. This indicates that 55% of retail traders are currently selling right now. So you're going to do the opposite and buy. Fundamentals right now are neutral. They're like up 22 points, not very much. Short-term technicals are bullish. Long-term technicals are bullish. So probably want to look for some buys today if you do have the opportunity to take those types of entries. But at the moment, there's just nothing to take. All right, so we got a new higher high right here. This market is like so boring. But this is summer, so I'm not really surprised. It's just kind of frustrating because I want to take a trade. So I'm kind of getting a little bit of FOMO, but I don't want to get FOMO. So I was hoping I'd catch a V1 variation. There's no V1s here at all. Like I was even waiting for that, maybe a V1 variation. The trades that I personally like to take a lot are V1 variations, liquidity pushes, and obviously the high level momentum scalps when they line up properly. Yeah, the V1s are always going to be one of my favorites. I think even if it's not an official strategy, it's still going to be one that I typically like to take out of speculation, especially if we have a bias. Like right now, we have a bullish bias. So if I get a V1 variation, it's probably one that I would like to take. The only problem with the V1 is that there's so many red flags here. So the thing that a lot of people don't realize for the V1 variation is that there's more to it than just a reversal pattern, right? You need to confirm overall bias, which is bullish. You need to confirm everything else. And then also the red flags apply to the V1 variation. If you look at the chart right here, there's so many horizontal lines, right? There's a purple horizontal line right here, which is the Asia high. There's a green horizontal line here, which is the New York high from yesterday. There's a red line right here, which is the London high from yesterday as well. These are all red flags. So if I get a V1 variation, I can't take any trades that are within this area. So even if I would like to take it, it still doesn't meet my criteria. So just keep that in mind, guys. I know a lot of you guys keep calling out V1 variations or V2s and stuff like that. But the problem is, the criteria is almost never met. So in order for you to get an actual V1 variation, you have to like meet all the criteria. There's a V1 pattern, which is a reversal pattern, double body, double wick, but it's not an actual entry because there's so many red flags here. Red flags is like where you see a lot of manipulation happening. So just keep that in mind. It's just a frustrating market. Like whenever market's going sideways like this, it's always frustrating for us because we just want to take some trades. And it's hard for us to find quality trades when there's so many red flags, pretty much laying around. So let me check the chat real quick. Nice. So Natasha has her set to the gold bar. CJ said he took two quick high-low quick scalps at 655 and 701. I know it's risky, but I recognize the same setup from the past 2 days. Yeah, if that's the case, CJ, and the high-low quick scalps are hitting really, really well, then by all means take a trade. And that's the thing about knowing my other strategies. Obviously, if you guys can see, I have about like over 30 strategies that you guys can learn from. If you guys have been around long enough, you guys have pretty much witnessed me apply all these strategies on the live session. So if there's a strategy that you guys are familiar with and you see it hitting, this might be the week where it's hitting very often. All the strategies work well. It just depends on, what the market's giving us. So nice work right there, CJ. Catching two. Esther said the V1 I do most of the time is a gamble. It has some criteria and some red flags. Exactly, yeah. I agree with you. So sometimes I'll see a V1 and there's red flag and I'll still take it like out of speculation because I do think price will go in that direction. And then typically it usually does hit, but I never really count that as an official trade because obviously I'm looking to give you guys, quality over quantity always. Nice. Shannon hit full TP. Let's see, question from Life Marketing. He's asking question, how do you set up a pending order on the FTMO Quick Trade Manager? You can't. If you're sending a pending order, then you're setting up a pending order. It's completely different, right? Quick Trade Manager is just to open quick orders. So if you're entering a market order, that's what you use a Quick Trade Manager for. If you're setting a pending order, then that's a pending order. you would set a pending order and you would just do the basic math. So like, for example, if you wanted to enter right here at 33,702, you put your pending order at 33,702, and then you put your TP 10 pips away. So if you're going for a buy, that'd be 33,712, right? Just add 1 to it. And then if you're going for the stop loss, minus 30, you would just do 33.7 or 33.6 72, right? So you just gotta do the basic math to set a pending order. The quick trade manager is not a pending order application, it's for market orders. So that's how you would set it up. Yeah, so Daniel said that he thinks that Life might need to know the right click buy stop part. So if you're just trying to set a pending order, you just right click on your chart and then you set the order. Or you can just put in the price point, but it doesn't fall within the quick trade manager. So quick trade manager and setting a pending order is completely different. I think I know what Life is asking for. He's asking like if he can set a pending order and then like it'll automatically set his TP stop loss when he does that. Unfortunately, we can't do that on FTMO. You can do it on here though. Like say for example, if I had like say if I had like a I don't know, what do I got here? Where's the paper account? You take the paper account out? Okay, well, if you're trading on here, because I have an account on here, I trade Forex.com and then TradeStation sometimes. If you're trading, oh, it's right here, paper trading. So if you're here on TradingView and you're trading directly on here, you could do it on here. Like you can right click, have a have a stop order, or have like a stop order right there, and you get your TP stop loss set up automatically like this, right? So if you wanted to set your order like that, there you go, boom, automatically set up. You got your buy stop right there. You got your TP stop loss set up. So this is why I prefer, if you guys can trade directly on TradingView, it makes it so much easier. You can just set your orders up like that. You can't do that on MC4, it's too dated. Unfortunately, MC4 is like a dinosaur program. It's way too old. But you can see here on TradingView, it's so simple. Right click, trade, buy stop, TP stop loss already set. There you go. So, you guys can see that the platforms are like, it's like night and day. So I'm hoping like there's gonna be a funding company out there that will work with TradingView, because because TradingView is it's the future. It's where everything's going. Everything's going towards TradingView. So hopefully like these funding companies can get to they can establish their application on TradingView, because if we can start trading on TradingView, man, game changer. It's going to be like game over. It's going to be so easy to just take trades on here, and then hopefully we can like attach it to like YM or something like that. Let's see, question from Arik. Arik is asking, so should I put a pending order at the line or the level? You probably shouldn't, Arik. I mean, you can if you want, but knowing other people who've done that, they've blown accounts. So I'm just going to give you like advice not to do that. You can do it if you want. Like, you don't need to listen to me, Art, because I do it sometimes too, but only if like you know what you're doing. Because there's been a couple of people in the group who put pending orders, and then their pending orders get hit and they forget about it and they end up with a blown account. So I mean, if you want to do it, Art, you can. I'm not going to recommend you do it, because I've worked with you in the past, so I think it might be a little over your head if you try doing something like that. But I mean, if you know how to do it, Art, feel free. But I'm just, from what I've seen from other people, that's like an issue that I've seen. So it's something I've seen people blow accounts doing that. So it's really up to you. It's up to preference. My advice would be for you not to, but if you feel comfortable with it, then go ahead and do it. You got to be really quick with it too, though, because you're gonna have to put an entry there, and you'll have to also set up a TP stop loss as well. Let's see. Satyam said, thanks, Sean. Total profit of 650 for the day. Nice item. So Siam over here locked in the total profit of 650 pips. So you're pretty much killing it for the day. Looks like you might have taken like, 3 to 6 trades, but that's pretty good. Or actually, no, if you took the 300 pip move, that would have been like 1 trade. So maybe a couple. Yeah, Essa said he likes to put pending if the market indicates for speed and push, or if it retries. Yeah, exactly. So that's typically when I put it too. Yeah, you're right. All right. So Ark said that there's a high low coming up. Yeah, if you get a sell signal that breaks and closes past pivots 1 and 2 right here, possible high low scalp, high low momentum scalp. The only problem with this here is that price is going sideways. You typically don't want to take the trade arc if price is going sideways like this. It's okay if price is coming down, but right now it's not coming down. So see how price came down or it came up. So came down, came up, and comes down like that. This might be the setup, which would be okay. But if price comes up and goes down and then goes right back up, like if it keeps doing this, you definitely don't want to take the trade. It's just too much of a mess. You want something where it establishes the high. So for example, establishes the top right here, right? Like a higher high. And then blast right through. That's what you want. When you have something like that, then okay, you take the entry and you're good. Right? But if it doesn't and it keeps going sideways, like it's going right now, like for example, right here, price is having trouble getting past this session, this green line right here. This green line right here is an area manipulation. So you can see right here where it's crossed past it a couple of times, but it fails to actually break and close below it. So you can see right here, it is setting up. I'll mark it up for you if it closes, Arik, but I don't think it's going to close. Look where it's bouncing off of. It's bouncing off that green line right there. So I don't think this is going to close below there. If this keeps happening, then this is a sign that you should probably stay away from this type of trade, because you can see here that it's not having much luck getting through it. And this is pretty much regular. I mean, this has been happening pretty much every day this week, where price has a lot of trouble getting past these sessions. Looks like there's no entry there. Actually, there was an entry. It closed at the last second. Right there. Again, not necessarily one I would take, because as I mentioned, it's just not in a good direction right now where price is currently going. I'm not sure if you caught this, Arik, but it happened super last minute. We were following it to the very last second, and this candle, this signal ended up closing like at the very last second. Not exactly the type of signal that you want to take. You want to take it where it's strong and it's a for sure close. Right here, it's kind of like iffy channel because it ended up closing at the very last second. You don't want candles that close like that. You want them to be pretty much solid red and full for like the last 5-10 seconds. Yeah, exactly. So CJ said the reversal pattern just hit TP. Don't want to call it a V1. Just use your tips from the other day. Yeah, exactly. It's a V1 pattern, but it's not a V1 variation. Essa said this week's practice for summer. I know, right? Hopefully it doesn't stay this way, but I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it does. Bias right now is bullish too, so it wouldn't matter. I wouldn't be looking to take sells here to begin with. Overall bias is still bullish right now. Let's take a look at retail sentiment. Retail sentiment is now 56% short. So as you can see, a lot more retail traders are getting in on the sell side. Again, another reason why I wouldn't have taken that sell right there. Price is going sideways for a long time, had trouble getting past it. This candle closed at like the very last second. It's just not a good candle to enter on. So hopefully nobody took that. You guys listen to my analysis. Usually my analysis, it has weight to it. So if I'm telling you guys that it's risky and I wouldn't take it, there's a reason for it. I'm not just saying like, don't take it for no reason. I'm like literally giving you guys the explanation as to why it's risky or why you should skip it. All right, let's see. All right, Natasha here locked in a couple more profits. She's almost back to break even. So nice work right there, Natasha. Nice recovery. We have Stern over here. Said finally has his day off to trade. His first account right here, total profit of 790. Stern's second account, total profit of 436. And Stern's third account, total profit of 266 for the day. Nice work, Stern. And I haven't seen you here in a while. Got Maddie over here. So Maddie took one win, basically clawed his way back on his first account, took that triple confluence. Total profit of 2,330 for the week so far. Nice work, Maddie. Nice recovery on that trade. We got S over here, total profit of 124 on his first account, total profit of 1,700 on his second account. Nice work, Essa. Solid profit right there. And we have Patricia over here, total profit of 1,060 for the day, all wins. So nice work right there, Patricia. She took the triple confluence, perfect entry, full TP. So nice work right there, Patricia. All right, so we got a new higher high right here. Yeah, Essa said, I learned to listen to your analysis a little while ago, or I learned to listen to your analysis a while ago, learned it the hard way before. Yeah, I mean, sometimes like, you just have to make mistakes. Like if you guys make mistakes, it's fine as long as you guys learn from it. So if you guys lose a trade, just make sure you understand why you lost a trade. Was it because you didn't listen to my analysis? Was it because you skipped a step? Was it because you had FOMO? Was it because you weren't ready? I mean, there's a lot of reasons why you would lose a trade. And as long as you guys learn from the mistake, I mean, that's the only thing that you guys need to have in mind. Because if you guys can learn from the mistake, then in the future you're not going to do it again. So if you just keep fixing the mistakes, then eventually you're just not going to make any more mistakes. You're just going to win every trade like we've been doing. Let's see what I'm missing. I still don't see anything here yet. All right, so this one over here might be a better high-level momentum scalp. Again, you have to wait for the candle to actually close, but this is actually a way better setup. So there's a higher high right there, straight push to the downside, but you have to wait for the candle to actually close, which has always been tricky. So it's like 30 seconds left on the candle. Just the way it's projecting off this pivot right here and the green line, which is the New York high. It doesn't look like it's going to be a sell signal. About 20 seconds left. Yep, no entry there. So if this here closed with a sell signal, this would have been a great entry. But you can see how price always has trouble getting past this green line right here. See how it came down directly to the green line, bounced directly off it super hard. Did the same thing over here. Faked out and bounced again. Again, no entry there. Here's Delicia, total profit of 1,036 for the day, all wins. Nice work, Delicia. Yeah, so you guys are doing pretty good so far. Today's been a pretty good trading day for the majority of you guys. I haven't taken any trades myself, which is okay. I'm just glad I don't have any losses. That's the main thing. Main thing is no losses, so I'm kind of okay with this market today, because this market is just not smooth. It's not smooth at all. No V1 variations. Actually, it was a V1 variation right here, it looks like. Should have taken this one. I don't know if anybody saw this. I think this thing just slipped by us right here. We were too focused analyzing the high-level momentum scalp that a V1 variation came up right here. Bias is bullish, so this actually would have been a V1 variation. And it would have went straight to full TP right there. Yes, Satyam said not taking the V1 in a wrong direction, learning to control myself, not easy, man. And I agree, Satyam. Trade psychology is probably gonna be like the hardest thing that you guys have to overcome. But once you guys overcome it, it's gonna be game over for you guys because it's gonna be so easy for you guys to just make smart trading decisions and not take any losses. I feel like majority of you guys' losses is based off trade psychology. It's usually not the strategy. The trade psychology always screws people up. So they end up taking bad trades, or they just end up FOMOing to everything that they see. RX asking, what are the rules for the V1 variation? So we're not going to go over any of these questions here, RX, because a lot of people get a little annoyed when you go over that stuff. So just go back and rewatch the video from it, RX, for the V1 variation. Or if you want to go to the next mentoring session, go there and I'll explain it to you in detail. But during these live sessions, we're only going to be looking for entries here. Yeah. So if you guys are curious, like which strategy or what the requirements are for specific strategies, just go on the website and watch the video. Or if you go to the website over here and you scroll down, go to scalp strategies. Scalp strategies right there, and you'll see the V1 variation right there. That'll give you a detailed video. And then during the next mentoring session, you can ask me and I can show you a bunch of examples. It's just, people don't want us to take away from the live session. So people get really annoyed when people ask questions during the live session. It takes away from our analysis here. All right, news candle right there, another higher high. Looks like price just keeps pushing up higher and higher. Yeah, Shannon said she's learning to control too. Yeah, that's everybody. Patrick said it's me. I'm the people. Yeah, so there's a couple people. Patrick, a couple other people. They just don't want us to take away from these live the analysis here. So, yeah, Patrick's gonna take the blame for that. Let's see what else we got over here. Daniel said liquidity hit for 100. So there's another level of liquidity right here, guys. I don't know if anybody was following this level of liquidity. That liquidity was a 30-minute liquidity right there. So I marked it up 30-minute late. This again right here hit for 100 pips. So if you guys are marking liquidity, again, 100 pip move right there, full TP. There's a lot of liquidity sitting. So like we could expect liquidity to get hit pretty much from now until tomorrow. A lot of stuff there. Yeah, CJ said that it was a level right there too. Eunice said, would you take the liquidity buy at 33,884? 33,884. I don't see liquidity up there. Eunice, are you talking about 33,884? Yeah, I don't see it on my chart. So the first level is right here, Eunice. This was at 33,780. The next level right here is going to be at 33,859. $780. Yeah, I don't see liquidity there. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't see it there, Eunice. I only see there's one right here and there's one that's up here. Let's see. Dan said, "Don't done for the day. 2 solid trades. Thanks, Sean. Have a good day, everyone." All right, Daniel. We'll see you back here tomorrow. So it looks like Daniel's calling it a day. He took 2 good trades, full TPs. He's solid. And that's the key thing, guys. So like the key thing with a lot of people is just really determining what I just saw the trade right there. Except for the high level momentum scalp. I'll just mark it up. I don't really want to take any sells here, but I'll mark it up for you guys if you guys do want to take it. Personally, the bias right now is so strong for a buy, but I mean, this might come down. I'm not saying it won't hit. It's just a little risky in my opinion. It's probably gonna hit because these last two didn't, or this one didn't play out. So it looks like it's gonna hit through right there. Yep. So a high low momentum scalp right here. I don't know, Ark, if you saw this one. I know you've been looking at the high low momentum scalps. This is one that actually would have been good. So here, you can compare these two right here, Ark. So like this high low momentum scalp, see how price was going sideways, and then you got the sell signal. I wouldn't have taken this one. This one right here is actually perfect because we have a higher high right there, price drop below, sell signal, and it blasted right through at full TP. This is a type of situation that you want to look for. You want to look for this kind of setup. Higher high and straight push to the downside. This is exactly what you would be looking for when taking a high-low momentum scalp. So this right here is a no. This one here is a yes. This is the same setup that I was looking for over here, but the sell signal never came up. So it looks like Natasha took it, Vince caught it, Maria caught it, Essa caught it. Yeah, Martha took it too. Rashida said that would have been good because double bodies on the 5 and 10. Nice. Yeah, so like when you guys use confluences like that, like you guys can use higher time frames to determine, you know, if you see a double body on like multiple time frames and then you see an entry coming down for a sell, that's going to give you confidence that that trade's going to play through. So it's really just having the confidence to wait for like 1 or 2 good trades and then taking the trade and then locking in your profit. That's basically what Daniel did. He waited, he was patient, had 2 good trades, and then now he's done for the day. 2 wins, 0 losses. And then, you know, if you guys do the math, if you guys could do that every single day. So for example, we trade live every day, Monday through Friday, right? If you can do 1 or 2 good trades every single day, by the end of the week, you're going to be up like 5-10% in profit. Because if you're making like, you know, if you're making, you know, even a half percentage point to a percentage and a half, then you'll be making like, you know, 1 to 2% per day. And then by Friday, you'll be up like maybe 10%. And then at that point, you pass your challenge. So it's just, you know, do the math, guys, basic math to understand the logic behind like why we take these strategies and why we focus on quality versus quantity. Because you just need like 1 or 2 good trades a day, and those trades are going to come up for the most part. Oh yeah, Rashida said didn't take it, or MC4 is closed till tomorrow. Yeah, it's all good, Rashida. You don't want to risk it because you already had those 2 from earlier. So you don't want to go and hit your daily loss, you know, just wait it out. But it's good that you're still analyzing. That's a key thing. But yeah, no, that's good analysis, Rashida. You know, once you guys get more advanced, like on Rashida's level, then you guys can start looking at multiple time frames. Like you can have something like this open, have like 6 time frames open here, and you can look for those setups. Like for example, here, Rashida saw the double body right here on the 5. She saw the double body here on the 10. She saw the double body over here, or she saw the entry right here on the 1, and that thing lined up. Confluences, right, across lower time frames. So yeah, you know, just use the tools to your advantage. If you're not that advanced yet, just stick to 1 chart, because you're going to get really confused if you start adding on things that are a little unnecessary at the moment. All right, some more profits over here from Vince. Vince is currently at 585 for the day. All wins. Nice work, Vince. He took that trade right there that we just saw, the high low momentum scalp. Solid profit right there. Here's Essa on his first account, total profit of 168. On Essa's second account, total profit of 2,980 for the day. Nice work, Essa. Yeah, great profits right there. We'll get back to your message soon, Jeff. Delicia said, I had a lesson on Monday, went into FOMO trading, took some losses. I settled my mind afterwards, and I'm listening to you, Sean. If I start to feel like I have to take a trade, I'm walking away from my computer. So that's a good decision right there too. So Delicia over here mentioned that, you know, she has a problem with FOMO and like just, you know, revenge trading and over trading. So if you guys ever feel like FOMO or anything like that, you know, it's best to just walk away from your screen. Come back later, or just close out your MC4 and keep watching for analysis. Here's Patricia, total profit of 3,920 for the day. Looks like she pretty much has all wins. This right here looks like an accident, like $10 loss. Accident. Looks like she might have moved her stop loss in profit and then just spiked her out. But other than that, total profit of about 4,000 for the day. Nice work, Patricia. All right, we got CSUK over here. Total profit of 2,000 on his first account, all wins. Here is CSUK's second account, total profit of 2,300, all wins as well. So as you guys can see, look at CSUK's trades. He has all buys here, right? Because he's trading the direction of the bias. And then here's CSUK's other account where he's trading EG as well. Total profit of 6,146, all wins as well. You can see all of his US30 trades are all buys. All of his other trades right here for EG are sells. So again, today, he's in the direction of his bias. Bias for EG is a sell. Bias for US30 is a buy. So great work right there, CSUK. Yeah, you guys are doing pretty good. I mean, if there's anything else that you guys need help with, just pop into the chat. We're getting closer to 8 o'clock, guys. So let's give it another 5 or 10 minutes. If we don't see anything come up anytime soon, then I'll answer some questions. So Arik, if you're still here, we can answer your V1 question, but we'll hold that until like the last couple minutes of this session. So right now, let's see, we have another lower low right here. You can see that the range is now getting super tight. All right, the range is a lot tighter now. So as you can see over here on the clean chart, price has pretty much been ranging right here. Been ranging within this area for about 40 minutes now. If we had a buy signal right here, this would be perfect. If we had a buy signal at this point, then it would have been a nice setup for a high level momentum scalp. But now that price is pushing back down, this does not look like a good entry anymore. So this entry does not line up with this one right here. This one lines up with like this one over here, where price pretty much goes sideways for a bit. We have a lower low, price pushed up. Now it's going sideways for a bit. It's not looking like a good look if we wait for this to swing back. So yeah, if we get a high level momentum scalp here, probably not going to take it. Does not look like a good setup for us. Vince is asking if this was a V1. I mean, it looks like it could have been a V1, Vince. I'm not sure exactly because the candle's so small, but I mean, it kind of looks like it's on the same level. So it could pass for a V1 right there. But for me personally, if I saw a candle like that, I probably would have skipped it. Even though it is a V1, you can see right there. It's hard to tell if it's on the same level, but I'm pretty sure it is. Candle's so small. So you can't even see. Zoom in a little bit. Yeah, it's like literally on the line. So, I mean, it fits criteria if it's on the same line. So it'd be a V1 right there. It'd be a full TP, but it'd be a very messy one. One thing that a lot of people have been doing too, if you guys want to take V1s and you want to be like very, very conservative, you can do it for 100, like a 1-to-1. I've seen a lot of people do that lately, and it actually has been like pretty decent for certain people. Because if you get a V1 variation, it typically doesn't come back that much. So like, for example, like V1 variation right here, right? If you're doing it for a 1-to-1, just 100 pips, I mean, it's going to be really tight. If the spread's really tight or if the spread's wide, you don't want to do that. But you can see right here that it never goes back into drawdown. Right, V1 variation, and it just pretty much gives you that equal push. So if you want to do a V1 variation with the 1-to-1, you technically can, but don't be surprised if you get stopped out because your stop loss is too close. So yeah, I mean, if that's something that you guys want to try, feel free, but just make sure that all criteria is met. Right now the bias is bullish, so obviously you're looking for buys. Possible high level momentum scalp here, but again, as I mentioned, it's not a straight push, so it's not a good entry in my opinion for and never mind, there's no entry there. Buy signal never closed. All right, so Arik, if you're still here, feel free to pop into the chat. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat. Typically, I don't answer questions during the live session because we focus on live trading, but it is 7:45 right now. It's getting really close to 8, about 15 minutes till 8. So I can answer whatever questions you guys have. If there's any strategies that you guys want me to review, pop into the chat. Otherwise, We're going to be wrapping this up pretty soon. Market's not really doing too much, so I don't really care if there's nothing else that comes up. My guess is that nothing's going to come up for the most part. You can see over here on the clean chart, price is just ranging. It's ranging between this high right here and this low right here. Back and forth, right? Not a good area to trade in. So yeah, if there's any questions that you guys have, any strategies you guys want me to recover or review, let me know and I'll show you guys an example. I'm just gonna answer if you guys ask for it. I'm also gonna pop in and give an example of like a V1 if Forex not here paying attention to it. So all right, Maddie, we'll see you back here tomorrow. So Maddie's done for the day. If you guys have more profits to post up, feel free to send them in. Yeah, I don't really see anything over here. The crazy thing with like CC still here. Yeah, me and CC, we were talking about like apartments in Dubai. It's crazy because I was just looking at this one right here because I was thinking like, what if I moved to Dubai for like a couple months or so? It's crazy. These apartments here, like these are really big apartments and they're huge. Like this apartment's cheaper than where I'm currently living, and this is like basically a penthouse suite, which is crazy. I don't know I know SE live in Dubai. I thought Dubai was super expensive, so I never thought to move to Dubai. But I've been looking at a lot of these places, like these penthouses, because I live in a penthouse now, but penthouse in Dubai is cheaper than my penthouse here in Orange County. It's crazy. I was like, it'd be cool if I lived here for like a couple months, but I don't know. Dubai is a different type of area. I don't know if I could live out there. I might never come back. Yeah, insurance and tax-free, baby. No income tax. Yeah, that's exactly why I was thinking about moving out there for like maybe a year. Go out there for a year, make a ton of money trading, and then come back after I can get that stuff cleared. Yeah, but it's pretty interesting. Like I always thought Dubai was super expensive to live in, but it's actually cheaper than what I'm living at here. Yeah, CJ said if you move out there, the K2 meetups would be lit. I know, right? It's pretty cool. Yeah, I like how they have like yeah, Sam said, yeah, come to Dubai, then you can trade London with the UK team. Yeah, I just realized that too. The time difference is going to be a bit different, but it's actually better, I think, in Dubai because then I'd be awake. I already would be awake in the morning for the New York session. The trouble here is really getting up in the morning. I could get up super early to trade with you guys. Hey Hamza, how's it going? Long time no see. Good to see you back here in the room. Yeah, I've noticed a lot of old faces here in the group. It's good to see a lot of you guys back here in the group. A lot of guys who've been here in the past couple of years, or it's been like years since I've seen a lot of you guys. It's good to see a lot of you guys back here in the chat and the group, and everybody participating during these live sessions. All right, guys, it's getting close to 8 o'clock. It's 7:48 right now. If there's any other questions or anything that you guys want me to review, feel free to let me know. I'll answer whatever you guys need help with. Otherwise, we're gonna wrap this up soon. I didn't take any trades today, but it's okay. I'm pretty much good for the week. I made pretty good profit yesterday, the day before, and on Monday. So today, it's a good it's a breather day for me, basically. Yeah, Satyam said he's in the UK, so you'll be very happy if you do UK time zone, but sleep is a must too, or everything else fails. Yeah, exactly, Satyam. Yeah, I think in the UK, this is like it's like afternoon time for you already. So it's actually better for me because I'd be up in the morning, or I could be up early, go to the gym in the morning, and then be done. I'm used to working out in the morning, so like that was like before I started trading the New York session with you guys. But now it's like I just have to do a quick workout in the morning and then my real workout after. If I had more time in the morning, it'd be better. Let's see, question from CJ. CJ said, I know a few weeks ago you were testing things out with the Heikin Ashi candles. Are you still doing that? No, so I kind of stopped doing that, CJ. I was, it's funny because, or Maddie's not here anymore. Because Maddie saw the same video, like there's a guy on Instagram who trades the Heiken Ashi candles. He sent me this video and he's like, what is this guy doing? Because he was like super stressed out during this trade. He made profit on it, but he was stressed out during the entire trade. He actually trades that strategy that I was trying to mimic, the Heiken Ashi one. I haven't really tested it, CJ. Once we brought back the liquidity push, I didn't really bother to take a look at it. But yeah, I mean, there's different ways to use it. The way that I would personally use Heiken Ashi is like, say, for example, you had an entry here. So for example, you see how there's a sell signal. I would go over to the Heiken Ashi candle. And I would see if the candles are red. So if the candles are red right here, it's like consistently dropping red, then I would personally see this, that if the candle did close, it would probably go down for 100 pips with the momentum. Because usually when you guys have these Heiken Ashi candles, they usually push for at least a little while, right? They push for a little while. Like for example, here, when it turns red for a while. It turns green for a while. So like, for example, it's red right here. And then you got the candle right there. If that signal closes, it's probably going to drop at least 100 pips. This isn't an entry or anything that you should be taking, but I just wanted to show you guys an example that unfortunately the signal did not close. So we can't really confirm it right here. But that's something that you guys can do. You guys can always flip back and forth. Typically what I did here is I had two charts open. Like I have YM here and YM here. And on this chart, I would have the Heiken Ashi. So if that's something that you want to play around with, I mean, you can play around with it, but it's not necessarily, there's no strategy to it yet. I mean, it was something that I was kind of playing around with. So like, for example, see right here how there's a sell signal, CJ? See how it, and I'll draw a line there. See how we had a sell signal right here and the Heiken Ashi was red? See how it pushed down? This sell signal right here, you could have taken that for 100 pips at least. But I would line it up with another strategy. So for example, we have a high-low momentum scalp right here. This is a high-low momentum scalp. You line it up with the Heiken Ashi. It's red, and it gives you a better confidence that trade's going to play through. Same with this one right here, right? There's like a pivot scalp right here. Right, and line this up, pivot scalp. Look how it's green right here on the Heiken Ashi. You got a pivot scalp right there. You let it run, we'll TP. So I'm always looking for new ways for you guys to make money in the market. I'm always like active in the market. I never just find one strategy and only stick to it. If I'm playing with the market and I see something that works, I'm going to let you guys know. I'm like, okay, I'm going to test this out. And if it works, I'm going to create a strategy around it. But so the Heiken Ashi here works well as a confluence. So if you have an entry that comes up, then you can, use this as a confluence to make sure that the trade's going to keep pushing in your direction. So yeah, that's what I would do, CJ, if you want to test it out. I haven't tested it though. It's like I was testing it and then I stopped testing it because I don't like having too many requirements for a specific strategy. If I come up with a strategy like that, I'm just going to come up with something completely different. Setim said, Sean, price is different with Heiken Ashi. Yeah, it's different because this is based off time and Heiken Ashi is based off movement. So the price is always going to be different. You're just using it as a confluence. So if your entry is not based off the Heiken Ashi, it's based off your entry on here. So it doesn't matter if it's different because you're not using this as your strategy. You're just using it as a confluence. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, CJ said, I was wondering how we could use it for better confluences. Yeah, and that's how you can use it. I wouldn't base it directly off that, but it could be something that you can use to confirm the trade that you're taking. Let's see. Satyam's asking if any SR ejections hit today. Let me see. This isn't really a strong green candle, so I wouldn't consider that. So there's actually one running right now, currently active. Satyam. So there's one that's currently running right here, right now. I mean, not necessarily one that I would personally be looking to take, but it is currently running right now. It's in profit. I just wouldn't take it because the market's moving so slow right now. It's just not, doesn't look like a good market to trade in, but it is technically running right now. This one right there. It's probably gonna play out, but we'll see where this ends up going. It looks like it's gonna blast right through too. Now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, man, I should have taken the trade. It's all good. We'll just follow it. It was a little too late for me to make entry anyways. This price was in profit. There you go, full TP. So there goes the SR rejection scalp right there. Stadium. And it's still pushing. It's perfect too. Bias is bullish. You had this candle right here rejected off the structure. It was a moderate green candle. Entry would have happened right there, and then full TP. Now I wish I would have taken it, but it's okay. Thanks for bringing that up, Satya. So like maybe in the future I'll look at these SR rejection scalps. There's just too many entries to look at, so it's hard for me to go between the charts. I have a chart here for SR rejection scalps. I have a chart here for high level momentum scalps and V1 variations. Then I have a liquidity chart over here as well. So let's see, question from Glenn. He's asking if no one took this one right here, Glenn. We had an explanation why we didn't take it. It's because price was consolidating sideways. This one over here, people did take though. So no one took that one right there because I gave the clear explanation why not to take it. But over here, people did take this one. This one's better because we have a higher high, price went straight down, full TP. This right here, price had a higher high, price went sideways for like 10, 20 minutes, and then it just ended up reversing. You don't want to take it if price is going sideways like that. So no, nobody took this here. People did take this one right here though. All right, guys. So it's getting close to 8 o'clock. If there's any other questions that you guys have, feel free to put them in the chat. I'll answer whatever questions you guys have. Otherwise, we're going to wrap this up for the day. I don't want to get any FOMO because I already missed this trade and I missed the liquidity push this morning. And then I missed the high level momentum scalp. And then I missed the V1 variation. I missed like a bunch of trades today. So I don't want to have to FOMO into a trade just by looking at the chart and trying to force something there. So I'm just going to wrap it up. So, all right, guys, if you guys have any other questions, feel free to email me. You guys can email me, Sean@KodiKaiTrades.com, or you guys can message me on Telegram @KodiKaiTrades. Right now, the market is still going sideways. You guys can see here on the clean chart. It's just coming back up here to retest. So unless you guys have to trade, I would probably just sit out, come back tomorrow fresh, and then we'll close out this week strong. So, all right, guys, if there's any questions, reach out. Otherwise, I will see you guys back here tomorrow for the next live session.